Well, how about it, y'all? This is Daniel Nicholson with Nicholson Farms, and welcome back to another video. This is kind of a little bit of an impromptu video. I fed the goats earlier. I noticed one that was kind of slow coming to the trough. That's the one that we're waiting on to have a baby. But I was getting some things together. We're going to get some logs tomorrow to mill. So I was getting things together. I decided to walk up here and check on her. She's up here pushing. I don't have my camera stand with me. So I don't know how good the footage is going to be, but we're going to try to get our last doe kidding on camera for y'all. This is the last one that we'll have, last babies we'll have until next May. So I want to try to capture this for you, and super excited. Hopefully we got some healthy babies on the ground here soon, and we can move on to raising these babies out. Let me flip the camera around. I'll show you her. Try not to bother her too much. I need to get Rivers back over here. He's kind of just walking around. She's kind of worried about him. But let's have some more babies. So this is the doe that's going into labor. She was over here in the woods just a second ago, but she worked her way over to this barn. So I figured I'd go ahead and shut the gate, and so I can just sit here and watch her. This doe's been here for a long time, probably 4 or 5 years. She's a good doe. She just has a huge milk sac. I don't know if you can see her teats, but last year we had a problem with, she had twins, and me and Maddie had to take the twins home and kind of warm them back up the next day after she had babies. We thought they sucked. They looked healthy, but they didn't. It was a cold night. And anyways, I'm kind of glad that I'm here to make sure these babies get a good start and make sure they get to sucking, get some milk in their system. So I'm just going to sit here on a little bit of a bucket and kind of watch the process. Whenever she starts developing, I'll break the camera back out. I've told this story on the channel before, but this doe, actually, I just thought about it. The first year I ever bred her, she was probably 2 years old, and she went into labor probably about 10 o'clock in the morning, and she just never really progressed a whole lot. Pretty much about 3 o'clock that afternoon, I made a decision, let's go ahead and bring her in, reach inside her, see what we feel. And whenever I reach inside her, I've got pretty decent sized hands, but I couldn't get in her, and I just basically hit a wall. I called a buddy out that he does a lot of work with cows and stuff like that. He's got some medicine to make them start going into labor. She basically just stopped pushing after a while, but basically her cervix never dilated, so the baby was basically hitting a wall. And so my buddy came out. We gave her some Lutalice. It's early on in pregnancy. It causes abortion in cattle. If you buying feeder lot cattle kind of thing, and you want to make sure they don't have any babies before they go to feed lots, you can get them Lutalice to make them abort, or later on in pregnancy it'll make them go into labor. So we gave her that. She did start dilating a little bit later that afternoon, but it was starting to get pretty late. We went home for the night. It was probably like 12 o'clock. We were still trying to work with her. We didn't want to make her too sore, so we wasn't reaching in her too much. But next morning I came back, and as expected, I pulled a dead baby. When I got there the next morning, she had it halfway hanging out, and I pulled a dead baby. But luckily, in the same story, sheep are kind of pet goat. She had a baby the day that all this was going on, and sheep never developed a milk sac. And so we took the dead baby's sac and the placenta from this doe and rubbed all over that baby, and this goat ended up raising sheep's baby. Raised it really well, and I wasn't gonna breed her again, but it was the first time kind of weird thing that happened. I bred her again. She had twins last year. Then last year we had the problem with udder. The only reason I've never gotten rid of her, this is kind of one of the goats I've had forever. She'll be one that probably stays on the farm forever. As we continue going on, I wouldn't put up with that kind of stuff, but this one's gonna stay. She's starting to put on some more labor signs. She's laying down, just kind of grinding her teeth, pawing, making noises. So she's actually just made a push. So we're progressing. I'd say hopefully in about 30 minutes, we're gonna have some babies on the ground. It's been about 20 minutes. We're starting to progress some. She's starting to push more often, pushing a lot harder. We got quite the little audience around. All these baby goats have been running back and forth, jumping on these barrels. Got a bunch of them out there as well. Kind of wish they'd get out of here and leave her alone, but it is what it is. She, like I said, she's starting to progress a good bit. My phone is about to die, so I'm gonna cut the camera back off whenever I start seeing feet or something like that, then I'll cut it back on. Welcome to the world, baby. Get up and clean it, Mom. Well, that's one little girl on the ground. When I cut the camera off, I just walked up and made sure it didn't have any gunk over its nose or its mouth. If I'm around and I know the doe's not going to run off and leave it, I'll do that. But that's a little girl. She's pretty as she can be. I think that's going to be a Clifford baby as well. I don't know though. She's got a good bit of brown on her legs. But I'm going to call it a Clifford baby. We're just going to sit here for a couple more minutes to see if she starts pushing, to see if she tries to have another one or not. Number 2 is on its way. She was just pushing. I saw another sack coming out. But she's being a good mama. She's taking care of the baby. Kind of quit pushing for a second. I said that was a Clifford baby, but that might be a Clyde baby. It's hard to tell. It's got a lot of brown on its leg. Doesn't really have a big head like a boar baby, but I could be wrong. There's really no way to tell right now. Here comes number 2. She's gonna turn away from me. And it's about to drop on the ground where she lay down. There it is. So girls are gonna win it this year. I've already went up there, kind of did the same thing. Both of them are girls. That means we have currently 16 girls and 14 boys. Altogether we've had 15 boys and 17 girls. But we lost that one little boy that suffocated, and also we gave that one little doe away as a bottle baby. So altogether we've got 32 babies this season, unless she surprises us with a triplet. I'm not saying she won't, but I don't feel like she will. Both of those are pretty healthy sized babies, and it's glad to see. If this is the way kidding season wraps up, I'll be happy with it. I just hope that them babies can find those teats and start sucking, just because how big her teats are. I'm gonna walk off. Me and Daddy was supposed to leave town about 2 hours ago to go spend the night with one of his friends and get some logs at my grandparents' place tomorrow. But I'm gonna run to the house, get my clothes packed, and come back and check on these goats. her babies and make sure they've nursed before we hit the road. She might surprise me with a triplet when I get back, but I doubt it. I think she's probably done. Well, I've been going for about 45 minutes. Just got back. Both of them are up and moving. This one right here is very aggressively trying to eat. I think she had the teat in her mouth whenever I got up here, but both of their bellies feel somewhat full, so I think they've gotten a little bit to drink. Not 100% sure, but my little brother, he's gonna come up here and check on them in just a little while and make sure they've ate. And I trust him. He knows what to do. He knows if their bellies are full or not. So we're gonna leave them be. I'll come see them tomorrow when I get back in town. So fast forward 2 days. This is Saturday morning. The babies were born Thursday afternoon. This Saturday morning, I just got to the farm. I'm gonna go up and check on them. Later that afternoon, after me and my dad left town, I got my brother to go up there and check on them. They really hadn't sucked yet. He could tell that their stomachs were pretty empty. So I don't think they ever started sucking right away. So my brother and my mom held the goat. My brother milked it out and gave the baby some milk. They did that Thursday night and Friday morning, yesterday morning. And me and my dad got back in town about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon and went up there. One of the little girls had a full belly, kind of what I call milk poop, the yellow poop that kind of sticks to their tail when they drink too much milk. So I knew she drank, but the other one had a little bit of an empty stomach and was kind of getting a little weak. So I got Matthew and we held her down again and milked her out. And we bottle fed the baby, got her belly full. I did that twice yesterday. I'm hoping she's got some strength now. I milked the mom out a good bit, trying to get those teat size down, trying to get that udder size down. So hopefully the baby is latched on this morning. I haven't seen it yet. We're gonna go up there and check it out, see if it's got a full stomach or not. That'll tell us whether it ate last night or this morning. If not, it should be pretty hungry. And I'll get my brother out here and we'll hold her down again and we'll keep doing this. The baby should be fine. We're just gonna have to keep doing this till she gets strong enough to be able to find that nipple by herself. But unfortunately, I think this is this girl's last strike. I told you the story about how she had that one dead baby 2 years ago, and then last year we had to do this with her twin boys she had last year with her udder. We had to do the same thing. So fortunately, this is gonna be her last strike. She's been here for a while. But I'm gonna let her raise these babies, and then she's probably gonna hit the cold doe list. And it sucks, but can't be doing this every year, especially if we get 100 goats and 10 of them doing this. That'd make for a miserable kidding season. So let's get up there and check on the babies, make sure it's okay. Like I said, I haven't seen it yet, so anxious to get up there. The little girl laying right beside her is the one that I'm kind of worried about. That was kind of a little weak. Let's see how her stomach feels. Oh, it's not completely empty. It's not full. I'm kind of sit back and watch her for a minute, see if she'll latch on by herself. So the little baby's, walking around trying to find the teat, but she might be a little confused because we have been kind of supplementing her with a bottle. The mom's a really good mom. I think once this baby figures it out, it'll be just fine. I'm not saying it hasn't drank from her yet or not, but the mom just let me sit there and milk her out some. I've got probably about 6-7 ounces in here. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can top this baby off, and we're just gonna keep doing this until this baby decides to start sucking from its mom, and hopefully this all works out. Like I said, the mom's not pushing her away or anything. It's just kind of weak. I don't think it really got a great start. I think once we get it going, get it some energy, it'll be just fine. The other little baby is sitting under here. But she looks good. You can see her belly right there. She's ate already. She's got poop back there, so she's been using the bathroom, eating good. So we just got to get this baby caught up to her sister. Has a full belly now. She drank about 6 ounces. She sucked down pretty good, so her appetite's definitely getting better. Yesterday I could barely get her to drink like 4 ounces at a time, but she's doing good. I mean, she drank good. We're just gonna give it some time. She ought to just keep building strength. Like I said, the mom's not pushing her away at all. Sometimes I really don't like getting the bottle involved, just cause, you know, the baby might start thinking that I'm the source of food. So what I'm gonna do, you know, I'll fill her up right now, but I'm gonna make her get a little hungry. I'm gonna make her want to try to suck from her mom in a couple hours or so, whenever she's ready to eat again. I'm not gonna come out here and top her off every 4 hours or so. I'm gonna make her get a little hungry, make her want to try to suck. Right there, you can see the initiative. It's just she's at the wrong end right now, but the size of those teats on the back is just too big for her. This one on this side's not as bad, but hopefully between her getting a little hungry and the other little sister eating, we get those teat size down. And probably this afternoon I'll come up here and milk her out some more, feed the baby, maybe milk the mom out again, trying to get those teat size down. Last year she had this problem. After a couple of days, those teats kind of went down some and the babies were able to suck. And, you know, after day 2, I think last year, the babies were sucking on their own from her last year. So it's just gonna take time. As long as the baby stays healthy, the mom doesn't kick her off, we'll keep supplementing her until the baby decides to take off, or if it's just circumstances where it's really gonna be a bottle baby. We hope not. Well, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I think it's starting to get pretty lengthy, but I really appreciate y'all hanging out with us. I'll give you an update on this baby very soon. So I really think she's gonna be okay. It's just gonna take a little extra TLC to get her going, get her on that teat. But I really appreciate y'all hanging out with us. That marks the end of our kidding season. Now we have 30 babies on the ground. We're done watching those have babies. So it's good to see the last one being born on film. But now it's time to get these babies growing, get these goats moving on some green grass, get our rotation going since we have all the babies on the ground. Get the creep feeder set up. Got a lot of stuff to get ready for raising these baby goats out. Hope you join us on the journey and watching them grow. But I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and we'll see y'all on the next one.